What's good? What's good? What's good, YouTubers? Welcome back to our channel where we are bringing you the latest and the greatest. And today we again are featuring what is going on in the hip hop venue in regards to 6ix9ine, Wack 100, DJ AKADEMIKS, and Hassan Campbell. Today's feature, though, is about Wack 100 putting on blast Jim Jones. But before we get there, please make sure you do this for us. And just to let you know, we will be referring to some material that was podcasted by DJ AKADEMIKS. And salute to that brother for putting together this format and making it so that all of us little YouTubers can eat for at least a week. Like I said before, there is a whole lot to this, what is going on this platform. And of course, a lot of people are, making their insinuations about what they feel is the underlying objective to this platform. Um, Personally, I feel like that what we have here is just some factors coming together, trying to stimulate a buzz, which they are doing. The YouTubers in the gossip sector and the hip hop sector, and let's just say even the dark side of YouTube are definitely coming together and chopping all of this up and dissecting it in a way that makes it all digestible. But the highlight for Net Stars, as far as what we got out of it so far, is the fact that Wack 100 doubled down on some assertions about Jim Jones and his sealed file. Now, with that being said, Wack 100, as we know, he's a stand-up G. He don't have any uh problems with addressing situations. In fact, he's more or less going to bring the situation up himself. And in this instance, he had a moment to during the introduction with another person who is part of this podcast, Hassan Campbell. Now, as we know, Hassan Campbell is also very vocal when it comes to the scene, the movement, urban events, politics, and all around issues that are being brought about and being brought to the forefront. He will address these things as he sees suitable to his platform. One of the things he's always addressing is Jim Jones. Okay, and he has some questions along with that himself. But beating him to the punch today was Wack 100. He brought up a question as to why is Jim Jones's files sealed in a federal superseding indictment? Why is his files sealed? Now, mind you, a lot of us who are, you know, legally informed know that this could have a lot of red flags as to why this is an issue. We think that Hassan Campbell's take and also Wack 100's take may have some validity. Okay, the validity being that uh, obviously there are is kind of a secret statement or maybe some testimony or even some evidence, some collaboration, some cooperation, and maybe even so far as to dig down into maybe even being a informant on the whole situation. Now, mind you, during the initial 6-9 superseded indictment of with the 9 trades, as we know, we don't have to backtrack far, that Jim Jones's audio was played in the court proceedings. We won't say directly giving directions as to what should or not be the demise of 6-9 and to what extent, but he was quoted as saying that he should be super violated. Now, what super violated means is we don't know. We're still trying to fill in the blanks with that. Only Jim Jones could say what that means, and obviously he is not gonna do that. But astute and well-versed people in the legal realm, whether it be on the criminal side or the legal representation side, knows that that's a wide spectrum. Okay, they know that that's a wide spectrum, but the seasoned people also know that that could mean, well, you're not being sequestered into the events because of protections. Let's just say that protections or granted immunities, which could be very, very damning to a person who is so-called in the game and representing the streets and whatnot. And we see that this has been an issue for quite some time. People want to know what is the real deal, and can we actually, put any validity behind what is being said by people like Wack 100. Okay, Hassan Campbell is also one of those people who has something to say. Well, what struck me was odd is that during the podcast off the record, salute again to DJ AKADEMIKS, is that Wack 100 during it was an off take. It wasn't something that they was actually airing for the podcast. They were just chopping it up on sidebar before they were getting ready, just before 6-9 made his entrance. And I thought that was kind of a key or even coincidental, but so key that as Wack was saying this about Jim Jones, 6-9 and his entourage came in the door. And mind you, they came in 20 deep. I mean, 6-9 ain't playing, and these goons, as they're being coined, had some backup statements to say, and that came out also during the podcast. But Wack 100 doubled down, and he brings up, what is it with you and the sealed file, Mr. Jones? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up the podcast because we don't have that much permission, so we're going to protect that, but we are going to play the audio. All this shit go pull Jim Jones and never get to the feds and never get time. It says sealed file. You got a file.
Which file is it?
It's a sealed file on Jim Jones. He ain't pull that file when he doesn't get no time.
Wack. Yo. What about that?
Conspiracy. Look,
y'all both got something against Jim Jones.
I don't got a fucking thing. You want to see this phone, bro? Bro, listen, my man, I did too much. Listen, bro, it's real shit. If that man right there calls me, right? He say, Wack, I'm trying to get 10 keys. I say, look, nigga, I work at the post office. Right? I work at the post office. I don't sell no drugs. Come on, Wack, look out for the nigga. I tell a nigga, call a little beat off that shit. Right? The minute
Call up D-Dog. Nigga, I remember you from the thing.
What you need? Yeah.
Now, mind you, this is basically, let's just say, an ongoing inquiry by people on the streets. They want to know what's up with the sealed files. You know what I'm saying? People that are versed in this know that this is like really not a good look. Why are your files sealed? If you had something to say, and even more importantly is, why have you not came out to address the fact that you have sealed files? These are the questions that Jim Jones really at some point needs to address, and he hasn't. He just hasn't, you know. And Wack 100 is just going so far out on the bridge, being the guy that he is, to say, hey, man, I just want to know what's up with it. I mean, Wack 100 is unofficially managing 6ix9ine, and he just perceived it as some sort of a threat, like, whether it be in terms of in direct relation to 6ix9ine, or just relation to people that are out here in the game. It's like, do you actually want to sit down with somebody who might be actively working with the feds in some sense of the form of cooperation? So Wack is putting it out there. Now, mind you, we all know that Hassan has done this himself on several occasions. He has brought out insinuations and whatnot pertaining to Jim Jones and his clouded legal situation with the indictment, the superseding indictment that did include several members of 9 Trey. We know that. This is all in the books. It's all history. So what does it mean? I mean, at this point, I see Hassan and Wack 100 being all the way on the same page. All the way on the same page. And this was like sidebar stuff, if you want to know. It was sidebar stuff. They started chopping it up just before 6ix9ine got there. And what kind of struck me odd is during the sidebarring of this, when Wack brought it up, Hassan got up and got off the screen with it. Scratching my head. It's like, I thought that would be a cute time for Hassan to sit up there and really chop it up with somebody who is like-minded in that situation, and having put so many episodes together pertaining to that moment, and being like, yeah, man, I need some feedback on this. I got somebody who's a creditable figure in the hip hop game and industry to kind of more or less collaborate with me on this particular issue. This in itself could have been a whole podcasting episode by itself. Hassan, I felt like, for whatever reason, was being unassertive, and he redirected himself off screen, or maybe he just missed on the opportunity. I don't know. Me being the media content provider that I am, I saw it as an opportunity for him to chop it up with Wack 100, even if it was sidebarring, and say, man, let's quickly delve into this about Jim Jones. This has been my topic many a times. Tell me what you think, man. Put that in the comment section for me. Tell me, is Nestar's kind of on point with his assertion of what Hassan did? Now, mind you, at the beginning of this podcast, and him and Hassan and Wack 100 were looking like birds of a feather. But as the rollout continues, even off of the podcast stage, I believe it's on the other platform, they're actually getting into it. So it is what it is. We already know two highly volatile, should we say, or uh, two people with a lot of testosterone that can flow at any given moment, go from 0 to 100, eventually would bump heads on certain issues and certain dispositions once placed into the same room together. And it did happen. I will be covering some of that also. But yes, there are so many layers to this podcast. And like, again, I want to salute DJ Academics for giving all of us little podcasters some food to eat, because this is something we're going to be chopping up for a couple more weeks here. There are just layers to this. And this isn't even the main topic, which would have been 6ix9ine. But as you can see, with these type of players in the room, there could be any one of these guys could be the primary topic at any given point. So with that being said, make sure that you all continue to tune in, and we'll be giving you as much as we can as far as the podcast is concerned. And we appreciate you subscribing to us. We have reached our 1,000 mark goal and above and beyond, and continuing to grow here at NetStars. And we want to give all of y'all a salute. We did have a channel giveaway, and we are going to be announcing that. So I'm going to run the promo to the channel giveaway so you can get an idea of what it is that we're talking about. Yes, we will be announcing those winners here at the end of the week. Also, if you get a chance, go to our Facebook group. We have a pretty large group there at 21,000, and we are trying to continue to grow that. Make sure you go over there and join the group, become part of the discussion, and just keep up with what's going on with NetStars Live Urban. We're doing the thing on Facebook also. In fact, I want to give a big shout out to all those guys for helping our numbers grow. They are a large reason for the views and the likes and the subscribership growing and getting us to the point where we are monetized, man. Shout out to you guys. All right. So with that being said, again, man, let's make sure we stay up to speed, keep following what's going on. And yes, Wack 100 doubled down on Jim Jones on the sidebar and off the record. That being said, we are out.